Dirty Dan here. You know what that means? It's Wednesday. So that means AEW Dynamite. And we got blood and guts. I'm going to throw it over to Joey the Dream as we will get into the first match.
Blood and guts.
Will make your ankle snap. Three amigos like Eddie, but don't lie, you steal. Only cheat when we got it, but to win we will. Mike skills like Dusty, but go hard like Brock. I'm a stunner like Austin, dropping elbows like Mach. Y'all don't wanna see the finish, cause it's us on top. 1, 2, 3, get the V and get a warrior pop. Yo!
All right, guys. So I know it's been a while. Well, I'm back, but let's jump it off into the first match. You know, we had Orange Cassidy versus All Ego Ethan Page. Overall, I think it was a great match. You know, it was a good Orange Cassidy match where he actually got worked on a pretty good amount in this match, and I liked it. I liked Ethan Page, man. Ethan Page is a star, and he's definitely he was definitely the person who made me enjoy this match a lot more. You know, Ethan Page ended up taking the loss to Orange Cassidy. Dan, what was your opinion on this?
I really like this match. I think like a lot of I like the beginning, Danhausen and everyone telling him to shut the fuck up, because he's trying to toss out best friends, and he got the ref to toss out best friends. It's funny that he gets the refs to toss out best friend, but the ref doesn't decide to toss his ass out.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. I thought that was pretty funny.
Because it made no sense whatsoever. It made no sense. And then the whole gimmick with the orange juice of him spitting at Lambert and then him going back and then hitting Page and then spitting it back out at Lambert in Lambert's face and then hitting him with another orange punch for the win. And then hitting him with this finisher for the win.
Yeah,
I thought that was a good finish.
Yeah, overall I thought it was a really good match. You know, Ethan Page is a star. Orange Cassidy did a great job selling throughout the whole match. Mm-hmm. But overall, I think it was a really great opener. You know, really something fun, something really good. You know, I also like that, you know, Orange Cassidy was playing towards, you know, Hulk Hogan's body slam of Andre the Giant at WrestleMania, since it is the first time they're in Detroit.
I thought that was really good.
I thought that was just, you know, something great because I was like, Detroit, isn't that Andre and Hogan? But, you know, let's get Hogan's despicable. Yeah. Speaking of despicable, man, we had a wild Christian Cage promo. Another wild Christian Cage promo. This man went in. To give you a little recap of what happened, Christian Cage came out, was told he had to apologize to the fans on behalf of management. He said he apologizes that they're not all Jungle Boy's family isn't dead. He's like, I wish they were all dead except his mom. And he was like, give me a call. And then you hear commentary, what the hell, yo? Come on, man. And they're like, oh, that's despicable. And he was just going in. He eventually brings out Luchasaurus with a new black mask. And
a new entrance theme and a new
entrance with pyro and everything.
Dude, they made him look like a
match.
Star. I think this is gonna be good for Luchasaurus. I think you should have a rivalry with Luchador and Jungosaurus first before he gets hands on Christian.
I think what we need to find out is what did Christian say to Luchasaurus to get him to, convert. I think the snare trap that he has with the nerve hold is beautiful, and I love Serpico in this. Serpico was really great. He was a great jobber. The fact that he was in the corner, he was like, oh man, they started doing his announcement. He's like, no, don't do my announcement. I don't want to do this. And then he's like, all right, ring the bell. He rang the bell and he's like, shit. He was like, damn, I'm really about to get my ass whooped. And you can see him trying to get out of it and stuff like that. But overall, I thought it was great. And then, speaking of big guys, we got another thing. We got Scorpio Sky and Warlord in a street fight next week for the TNT title. Overall, I think that part was a really good segment overall.
Oh yeah, I really liked it. I think he did a really good job. Christian's promo, oh my god. Can we just have him be crazy every week, please?
Who, Christian?
Yes, and then just have Luchasaurus go out and destroy people for him.
Yeah, I think
and just be his mouth.
Promos have been amazing. The fact that he said the only thing good about Detroit is it's close to Canada, that shit had me dying.
That was great. Detroit is bad, but It's got some bad areas. It did give us Ford.
It did give us, Ford and GM and stuff like that. So that's always good. And, speaking of someone who's, good, possibly greatest in the world, FTR came out to, work with Danhausen in a match with Max Caster and the Gun Club. And overall, this was actually a pretty entertaining match. I thought it was going to be very slow, but it made me realize
FTR
Bowen
can make any
over, bro. This man is crazy over.
Dude, people love him in Max Caster.
Like, Caster's the rapper, and then Bowen's, he's just the hype, bro. Like, okay, the claim's disgusting. Like, the fact that Max Caster comes in, has the burns, and then you have Bowen coming over here just hyping up the crowd. The claim has arrived. Like, that thing is such a good catchphrase. The fact that they turn like the whole, the scissoring thing into a whole gimmick is crazy. And then they paired with the Ass Club, or the Gun Club. Overall, it's just been a great story they're telling.
Oh yes, I'm starting to love Gun Club. For some reason, they're starting to get me over. Like, they're really good. They're really funny. I really think and I think it's really great. And I love that Billy turned on his own sons and decided to stand with Max Caster and Anthony Bowen. I thought that was hysterical.
Yeah, it's like a layer. It's like a layer of, like, maybe there's something like where he's like, where they're like, is he standing with them? Is he turning against the club, or is he just like trying to restore peace? I think he's just trying to restore peace eventually. Maybe into have a little turn next week, seem like it is. But overall, I think it was a great, Bowens can walk. What a miracle. And speaking of miracles,
Bowens' injuries was a work.
Yeah, but when he got into the ring, the whole crowd popped. I loved it. But speaking of miracles, I think it's a miracle. Layla Gray, 0-4 in AEW, gets a TBS title shot against, Jade Cargill. It was just out of nowhere. Wasn't a fan of the match. The segment after didn't make sense at all.
Honestly, I don't think Athena should get it. I don't think Athena should be next. It should be Statlander. It makes no fucking sense. This whole AEW ranking system is stupid. Tony, get your head on your gutter. Stop pushing these WWE people. You're literally NXT. It's like Triple H is calling you saying, hey, can you push this guy? Hey, can you push this? Can you push that? Tony, I need you to push this. I'm the game. If you do this, maybe you'll get ratings. It worked for me in NXT, even though I lost to you.
Yeah, like with this whole NXT stuff, I guess that leads into the next match, which is Blood and Guts. I know, Danny, you enjoyed this match a lot. I don't want to be the person that shits all over it. I know a lot of people like this match. This just isn't my forte. This isn't my cup of tea.
Oh, you just don't like the war game? Oh, you just don't like the war game style?
It takes a long time, and it's just a really long match, and I understand it has good spots and stuff like that. Just War Games, Blood and Guts isn't my style of match. It's a really long... It's just like 30 minutes of like just waiting to get to the main part.
Yes,
and it's just
getting
not
to
my
the
cup.
part where everyone's in. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
I will say, but overall, once everyone got into the ring, the match picked up. It was a pretty good overall. We did have the Blackpool Combat Club versus the JAS, Jericho Appreciation Society. Overall, there was a lot of good spots, a lot of great moments here and there. What's his name? Castanogli, aka Cesaro, has been, the workhorse of the match. I thought him and Yuta did really well. They really got a chance to shine. And I just appreciate it, like their work ethic. And I'm not a fan of Moxley. I'm not a fan of Kingston. So I think that kind of pulled me out of it. A lot of people weren't too big of a fan of, but
makes
overall,
sense.
I think what they did, overall was really well. It was done really well. A lot of good little Easter eggs here and there and stuff like that, I thought. But overall, I think if you're a person who likes NXT, you like War Games, this is a great match for you. I think this is something you should definitely take a watch.
This is definitely a hardcore
your first time
fan
watching
match.
this match. But it's not my cup of tea. But we did end up seeing Caster and Gunn get the tap out on Menard. But Dan, I know you had a lot to say about this match. What were your opinions on it?
I liked it. I thought like all those from like Daniel Garcia getting stabbed by Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
Like just after that, it just opened up floodgates. There was blood everywhere. By the end of this match, there was blood like everywhere on that ring. I feel bad for the person who has to clean that shit after.
Yeah, like it was a lot of blood, but you know, it is that type of match. It was not, I don't want to say death match, but it was a very bloody, violent match.
Yes.
And I think, you know, that's the type of match you're going to get with AEW Blood and Guts. It's just that type of match that, you know, that's what you're going to get. And that's going to appease, you know, it's going to please also a lot of people who like that, who are into hardcore wrestling, but they're not too into it where it's like, you know, tubes and barbed wire like that. So I think this is a good happy medium for, you know, television to death match.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think that the spot between the spot between Hager and Claudio doing when the crowd went "We the People." Did you get that one? Did you get that reference?
I got that one. It was a lot of Easter eggs throughout the whole match, I will say. And overall, I think commentary did really well.
I think that was a great one. Like, I'm happy them two had a little spot of Hager and Cesaro going at each other. I thought that was really good. And I think the Sammy Guevara thrown off the top. I knew someone was going over the top. The question was who? Honestly, I'm happy it was him.
Yeah.
I think that made every wrestling fan happy.
So, and I think, you know, that's a good way to send people home happy. So,
yeah.
You know, Dan, what was your rating for this AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts?
I'd give it a 9.
A 9?
I thought I honestly liked everything in this show. This show from top to bottom was, I know there was only like 4 matches, but it was a quick show, but because the Blood and Guts took like an hour. So
I think this was a good match if you want to see something kind of special, something different on Wednesday nights. Again, you know, Blood and Guts isn't my cup of tea, but I think this, taking that off into consideration for people, if I'm recommending the show, I think the show deserves, you know, an 8.5, 8.6. I think there's a lot of good storytelling behind the scenes, and it set up a lot of good stuff for next week. But overall, I think this was a good show. If you want something new, something different, you're tired of WWE product, I think this is something new, something fresh. If you're interested in NXT back in the day, but kind of fell off on wrestling, this is the episode I would recommend to watch, see if it piques your interest, and then go from there.
Yeah, I definitely. So I think I don't have any more comments.
And I don't have any here. So this has been the Bump Boys.
Peace.
Peace.
Must bid you adieu, goodbye, and good night. Oh my God, it's so great. Bang!